Hades 2, How Melinoë Will Be Different Compared to Zagreus. Hades 2 is a sequel game to Hades, currently in development by Supergiant Games. The main playable character will be Melinoë, immortal princess of the Underworld, daughter of Hades and sister of Zagreus. Characters: Melinoë, princess of the Underworld and protagonist of Hades 2. Hecate, goddess of witchcraft. Moros, doom incarnate. Apollo, god of light. Nemesis, retribution incarnate. Dora, listless shade. Chronos, titan of time and main antagonist of Hades 2. A sequel, Hades 2, was announced at the Game Awards 2022. The protagonist of the sequel is Melinoë, the princess of the Underworld and sister to Zagreus, who seeks to defeat Cronus, the titan of time, with the aid of the goddess of witchcraft Hecate and other Olympian gods and figures. The game will first be released on Windows in early access, similar to the first game's original release, with plans to port the game to consoles. The game will take place sometime after the events of the first game. The main antagonist of the game will be Cronus, the Titan of Time who has escaped his imprisonment in the Underworld, captured Hades, and began to wage war against Olympus. With the aid of Olympus, Melinoë, princess of the Underworld and daughter of Hades, must enter the Underworld to defeat Cronus and his forces. As the protagonist of Hades 2, it looks as though Melinoë will differ in a great many ways compared to the protagonist of the original Hades, Prince Zagreus. In addition to both of them having different goals, their mythological inspirations could hint towards further gaps between the two. Reading into these differences, playing as Melinoë could prove to be a drastic change from the first game. Hades 2 looks set to follow up on the first game's brand of mythologically influenced roguelike action. Melinoë, the previously unmentioned sister of Zagreus, is on a quest to defeat Cronus, an escaped titan who is a threat even to the gods themselves. Much like Zagreus before her, Melinoë will be assisted by a collection of allies plucked from Greek myths, and Hades 2 has already shown some new gods that will aid her. Only a few are known so far, Hecate and Nemesis chief among them, but the supporting cast is sure to be as robust as the previous games. Hades is a roguelike video game developed and published by Supergiant Games. It was released for Windows, Mac OS, and Nintendo Switch in September 2020, which followed an early access release in December 2018. It was later released for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X/S in August 2021. Players control Zagreus, the son of Hades, as he attempts to escape from the Underworld to reach Mount Olympus, at times aided by gifts bestowed on him from the other Olympians. Each run challenges the player through a random series of rooms populated with enemies and rewards. The game has a hack-and-slash combat system. The player uses a combination of their main weapon attack, a special attack, a dash ability, and a magic ability to defeat them while avoiding damage to progress as far as possible. While Zagreus will often die, the player can use gained treasure to improve certain attributes or unlock new weapons and abilities to improve chances of escaping on subsequent runs. Hades was developed following Supergiant's Pyre, a game in which they wanted to explore procedural narrative storytelling, but due to the nature of the main gameplay, found that players did not play through Pyre multiple times to explore this. The roguelike structure of Hades gave them the opportunity to tell these branching stories to the player over the course of multiple runs. Hades 2 is a roguelike dungeon crawler in which you'll battle beyond the underworld of Greek myth using dark sorcery to take on the sinister Titan of Time. Our studio's first ever sequel builds on the best aspects of the award-winning original in an all-new, action-packed, endlessly replayable experience rooted in the underworld of Greek myth and its deep connections to the dawn of witchcraft. As the immortal princess of the underworld, you'll explore a bigger, deeper mythic world, vanquishing the forces of the Titan of Time with the full might of Olympus behind you, in a sweeping story that continually unfolds through your every setback and accomplishment. New locations, challenges, upgrade systems, and surprises await as you delve into the ever-shifting Underworld again and again. A commercial and critical success, Hades received universal acclaim for its gameplay, art direction, music, narrative and characters, and sold over 1 million copies. It is considered to be one of the best video games of 2020, and was named Game of the Year from several awards ceremonies and media publications. A sequel, Hades 2, was announced in 2022.